Hey guys, Daily Tech here with another VR headset review. This time we're going to be looking at the Wearality Sky VR. And this is thanks to one of my viewers who suggested in one of the comments that I should be checking out this VR headset. And I took one look at it and said, I need that because this thing looks weird. If this is your first time visiting my channel, thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to click that subscribe button if you enjoy all different types of custom VR. So I received this headset about a week ago, and I'm pretty sure I got struck with the plague that same very day, because I don't remember the last time I ever got that sick. I am, however, pretty sure it had nothing to do with actually getting this thing in the mail, but it did certainly delay this video. Now, the kind folks at Wearality sent me a sample of this headset so I can deliver you guys a review and a quick demo of how it performs. It's a pretty crazy looking headset, and I'm really hoping that it's going to deliver. Looking at the box, it's pretty much what you expect. It's got the headset on the front, Wearality Sky written right on the box like that. Natural virtual reality. Not sure what's natural about it, but hey, we're going to find out. So either way, let's get started. We'll open up this box, and we're going to see what's inside of it. And here is the headset. Now, this is what really drove me to this, because this is the whole thing. This thing looks crazy. Now, before we dive right into the headset itself, let's empty out the rest of the box. We'll see what's in there, and then we're going to look at this thing a little bit closer. The instruction manual. And everything is in English. The directions and everything look fantastic. So I don't know if that's going to focus on there, but either way, there's nice pictures, definitely good steps, a QR code for you to scan right there so you get all the proper settings for your phone so it's going to look right through the headset, and a few other directions that I'm probably not going to read right now. Alright, so we have, this is your adapter plate. Now this is going to be if you're going to use any kind of smaller phone with this headset. The way this thing's designed, I think it's designed for a minimum of a 5-inch phone, and I think when you use a 5, you got to use this adapter plate. We also have some, well, I'm not quite sure what these are. Probably ignore them for now. We got the head strap by the looks of it. Now let's take a little closer look at this first. So this is already starting to look like a GoPro mount type thing, so curious to see how this thing's gonna work. Alright. That's actually a pretty fancy head strap. So it's got these little, it's got grippy sort of pads on it there, which is, I guess it's going to hold it onto your head a little bit more snugly. I'm going to see how that feels. I'm not sure how that's going to do. This, I'm still trying to figure out what it's for. Aha. So this is probably where you're going to hook it up to the headset. So we're going to check out to see how that's going to work in a minute. And there's a little bag here, and I genuinely have no idea what's in here. This is, I don't know, these instructions might actually come in handy. There's also another clip here so you can adjust something else. These instructions are definitely going to come in handy because I don't know what this is. We're going to wing it though. We're going to see if we can make this happen one way or another. And lastly, we have a mini pair of undies. No, I'm just kidding. I think this is actually the sleeve that you put over the front to make it look more like a traditional headset, because the way this is, it looks like a pair of glasses right now as it stands, but then this goes over top, and that's what's going to help shield out the light. So let's head back to the start of the show here, and that's the headset. Now this thing just opens up like this, and then when it opens up, here is effectively the entire thing. Now, I know what you're thinking, how on earth is that going to work? And I'm wondering the same thing. In all honesty, I haven't tried this thing out yet. I really wanted to have a genuine reaction when I put this thing on for the first time. The first thing I noticed on this is that the lenses are gigantic. I mean, look at the size of these things. That is probably going to look great through here. The logos on the sides are kind of, you know, it's just sitting there. It's you can just barely see it. It looks pretty sharp, to be honest. And the construction itself feels really solid. I mean, this doesn't, I don't feel like I'm going to break this at all. It's got some flex, but really it's not making weird noises or anything like that. But yeah, they do claim that these lenses are 150 degrees field of view. Now, I don't really know how realistic that is. That sounds a little far-fetched to me. But, you know, with these new technologies coming out and the way that they're building these things, I'm sure anything is possible. Now, keep in mind, I don't actually have anything to measure the field of view with. However, I can compare it to other headsets I have and tell you if it really compares bigger, smaller, or how it performs compared to the rest. Now, I did find this website where somebody has actually measured the field of view of these headsets, and apparently this beats out even the HTC Vive. If you want to check out this website, I got a link to it in the description below. One thing I would like to mention though is that Wearality is a US based company. They're based out of Orlando, Florida, and apparently these things are actually assembled in the US as well. That might explain the build quality on it, and the fact that the manual that's included is really nice and it's completely in English. Now, even though the build quality is good, this thing still looks really strange, and I have no idea how this could possibly work. Now, the one great thing is that the phone is going to be completely in the open, so that way any kind of heat that might be coming off of it is going to dissipate really easily. So let's take a look at how the phone fits into here. So what you got to do is just take your phone and put it into these little clips here apparently. So let's just get this thrown in here. We'll fold the little clips on top. Make sure it's in there snug, and that holds it in there really good. Now this is what it's going to look like, which looks pretty wild. Now to give this thing a proper test, I'm going to figure out how to get that head strap on, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. I got it all figured out. It is a little bit wonky. Sadly, that is not in the directions on how to attach this. However, when you put it on, it's pretty comfortable. And we'll just take a quick look here at what it looks like when it's on with the head strap. Now this actually hangs in front of your face, so it feels really comfortable. You don't feel the headset on your head too much. However, there's one problem that I did find is that if you wiggle your head side to side, because it's only connected by one point right here, it actually just wobbles in front of your face a little bit. So I'm going to see if that really affects any kind of gameplay. So I think we should just give it a go, and we're going to see how it looks. Now with that being said, the really cool part is that you can still access your phone while it's in the headset. So I'm going to start up the Google Cardboard app here, and we're going to see what the demo looks like. Okay, so I'm in the demo now, and this is a pretty interesting looking headset because, believe it or not, it works. This actually works. I thought I'd see all kinds of light coming in from the top and from the bottom or everything like that. You don't really see it. But the thing is I do see the sides of my phone just a little bit. I see the far edges of them. Now to be fair, this isn't different or worse than any headsets because they always have plastic on the sides that you can only see so far anyways, so it's no different. It's just that you see your phone though instead of seeing like the plastic shroud of the headset. As far as the picture quality goes, the picture quality is quite nice. Now the other headset I have with the same type of lenses, I did notice a little bit of a God ray effect. And on this, I am not noticing it nearly as much. So I think the lenses in this are much better. The lenses in here feel like they're really good quality. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the Neoprene Sleeve over this thing. And I'm going to see if blocking out the extra little bit of light around it is going to help make it look a lot better. I have a feeling that the reason why the size of the phone stands out so much is because the light is getting in from the outside and it's going to be reflective, and then that way it's going to make it a lot more noticeable. So hopefully once I get this thing on it, it's going to look a lot better. So I'm going to get this thing figured out, and then I'll be right back. And here we go, we got it all put on, and this is what it's going to look like once you have the whole sleeve on there. Now I don't know if this is entirely right, there's a few clips and other things here that I haven't used yet. It might make it look a little nicer, but I think this is enough to get the job done. Now one thing that stood out to me right away as I'm putting this thing on is I was hoping to try it out with Nolo. However, there is nowhere to put that head tracker. That might cause a little bit of problems. Now the one nice thing is that it does have this 3-point head strap type thing, so I will be able to use my PlayStation Move setup, so I'm going to give that a go later. Now there is another question that people have about these headsets that I never really answer only because I don't wear glasses, but does this thing work with glasses? I have a pair of glasses here that I can try with it, and I'm going to see if it's doable. These are the glasses I use while sitting on my computer, so we're going to see how this thing works out. And you know what? Believe it or not, this actually does work with glasses. If anyone does need to wear glasses with this, because it is hanging out front of your face, it really isn't any problem to wear with a set of glasses. So you've seen it from here. Definitely glasses, not a problem. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this thing another go in the cardboard demo, and I'm going to see if the edges of the phone are as obvious as they were before. Now the good news is that it's blocking out some of the light that was shining on the phone before. However, now I'm noticing a little bit more light coming in from behind me. Now this would probably be solved if I just turn the lights off in the room, and that would probably fix everything. In fact, you probably wouldn't even need this sleeve over top at that point then. And as far as other light getting around, there is some light, like I said, on the sides, and out of the bottom you can see just a little bit, but not too much, because the sleeve actually comes right up and tucks against your cheeks too, which is pretty good. Now the one thing I did notice too is that as I'm looking around, it's not quite as clear as it was before. Now I think what the issue is that some of this sleeve is pulling the phone in weird directions, and it's taking it out of focus just a little bit. Now I'm sure there's going to be some sort of trick to get that straightened out right, and all those extra pieces that I got previously I think are going to help try to solve that. Now, as far as the field of view goes on this thing, I'm not quite sure if your display is actually 150 degrees field of view. Because you do see the edges of the phone, I think some of that is actually counted into it. So I wouldn't count on it to be an actual 150. So to compare it, it's not going to be better than the Vive. It's not going to be better than the Oculus. I think as far as what your screen's going to be, you're still looking probably in the 100 field of view range. So all in all, I think this is a winner, and I can't wait to get trying it out with Riftcat. I'm pretty sure the first thing I'm going to try out with it is a game that I bought at the Steam Summer Sale, Rick and Morty. But this thing does have a lot of added extra features that make it pretty unique. The fact that it folds up, you can put it in your pocket and actually take it around with you is super cool. It's got portability like nothing else. The fact that your phone's exposed to the air at all times is really going to help cut down on any kind of heat issues. And for all the Riftcat users like myself, this is definitely an issue that everyone's aware of, and we're always looking for ways to improve it. Now one other thing you might be wondering is, are the ports on the sides of the phone going to be accessible? Now looking at this, you do have to pull this neoprene sleeve back a little bit, but maybe in fact it is supposed to be right back here anyways. I don't really know. I'm going to have to play with it a little bit more, and in my next gameplay video I will update you. But when you do pull it back like this, they are completely accessible, so don't worry. You can tether your phone, you can plug in headphones, you can do whatever you want with it. But anyways guys, this does wrap up my initial thoughts and impressions on how this VR headset is, and I will give you a little bit more of an update in my next gameplay video, so make sure you keep your eye out for that. Is this something that you would get? Is there anything here that you'd like to see? Let me know in the comments below. As always, I'm always available to answer any kind of questions you might have. If you are looking to buy it, there's also a link in the description where you can find it. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it, and be sure to check out my other VR related content here. We'll see you next time.